TIFU by teaching my third-grade students about succubus plants. Yesterday we were discussing plants, and at the end of the lesson, several students seemed pretty excited to share their knowledge. One student mentioned the carnivorous plant. Another wanted to talk about the wolf's bane plant and how it was used back in the day. And another student wanted to talk about a plant that she couldn't remember the name of, and that her mom has them all over the house. Before I continue, I need to say that I'm bilingual and that English is my second language. And sometimes I struggle to find the right word to things. On top of that, I'm pregnant and dealing with brain fog, which makes things worse. I asked the student to describe the plant, and she said that they are small and don't need to be watered that often. I knew right away what plant she must have been talking about, but I needed a few seconds to find the name in my head. The name came to my mind, or so I thought, and with confidence I said, "I think you're talking about the succubus plant." She hesitated for a second and said, "I guess so." And I proceeded to tell the class a few facts about it. And a while later we moved on to something else. It wasn't until the end of the day, after the students were dismissed, that I began to think about the good moments that we had in the day. And our conversation about plants came to mind. That's when it clicked that what I meant to say was succulent and not succubus skull. Succubus is a sex demon. And I've been so afraid that they went home and told their parents about this succubus plant that we learned about in class. I told the principal about it in case we get any angry parents and apologized in advance. I'm so embarrassed and cannot stop feeling bad about this. I'm hoping that they do not remember the word TLDR. I accidentally taught my third-grade students about the succubus plant, but meant to say succulent. I hope a succubus plant is the main star of a Little Shop of Horrors sequel. Do me, Seymour. Quote, "You may find it comforting to realize that even if the kids did go home and talk about how they learned about succubus plants, the parents would probably assume the error was the child's and not yours. I think most parents wouldn't know the difference between succulent and succubus either. TBH lol, but reminds me of when my middle school science teacher kept pronouncing organism as orgasm. Just for kicks off, look up Alraun, a mythological creature of Germanic origin, which in certain interpretations is basically a succubus plant. If they tell their parents, they will know they meant succulent and understand the little error. No worries. It's completely understandable that you made that mistake, especially with English being your second language and dealing with pregnancy brain fog. It's great that you realized your error and took the initiative to inform the principal and apologize in advance. It's likely that the students may not remember the word, and even if they do, they will probably just find it funny. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes, and this will just be a funny story to look back on in the future. It's kind of a funny oops. To be honest, if my kid came home saying, "The teacher taught us this is a succubus plant," I would correct him and laugh it off. But if I were you, I'd want to give the kids correct information. Just tell them, "I think I mispronounced the plant name yesterday. It's a succulent," and write it on the board. That's all. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you're not the first one to do this. Or a biology teacher who says orgasm rather than organism. I remember telling my parents that the paint on the walls was Durex, not Dulux. Even if they did just tell the parents you said succulent, and the kids misheard you, you'll be fine unless one of the kids was recording. Go in tomorrow and tell them that you mispronounced the word yesterday. It's succulent, and there's no such thing as a succubus that you've ever heard of, and it's not Worth them looking up because there is no such thing.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.